Hi guys, my name is Daria. I'm with Placement Slovakia team, and today we have a new guest for our interview. Could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes. Hello everyone. My name is Frederik and I am 23 years old and I'm from Denmark, where I'm currently studying finances.
Well, we're really happy to see you here, Frederik. So let's start our short interview just to let the guys know about your experience, about your internship. And my first question to you will be about your motivation. So what motivated you to apply for the internship abroad, and why did you choose Slovakia?
Okay, so first of all, the internship was actually a mandatory part of my program, so there was no doubt that I had to go on an interview. Many of my colleagues did it in Denmark, but I have been on previous Erasmuses, so there was no doubt that I wanted to go abroad because it's just a great experience. And when it comes to Slovakia, I met a lot of Slovakian friends on my previous experiences abroad, so I actually already had some in Italy and Germany.
In Italy? Oh, that's great.
So I already had friends here and I had already been to Slovakia, so...
And do you have like any fears applying for the internship in Slovakia?
No, I wouldn't say. I was applying different places, but Slovakia was actually my highest priority. I really wanted to come here.
Your highest priority?
Yes, for sure.
Well, I'm really pleased to hear that.
It's good to see something different. And Slovakia is not the country which most people visit. And you don't know a lot about the country. So
actually, I believe that Slovakia is a really underrated country.
Yes, I would say.
That's great. And also, could you please tell a little bit more about your position, about your responsibilities? So, actually, what did you do this whole time during your internship?
Yes, I am working in a reinsurance company where I'm an accounts analyst. And this was really great because in my position, I wasn't just hired as an intern to bring coffees to the manager or anything. I came in and I replaced a person in the team, so meaning that I had the exact same responsibilities as anyone else would. So I have some different accounts that I am responsible for, especially I am responsible for France, and I just need to make sure that all payments are created correctly. And
so basically you will like treat it like a full-time employee, and you have like all the responsibilities of the full-time employee. Well, I guess that's the real definition of what internship should mean. When you treat it like a full-time, but not like getting some coffee or something like that.
Exactly, because this is the fear of our teachers back in the university, because some people end up just giving coffee, but I was really just thrown into it, and they gave me a lot of trust. They trusted me with everything, even anti-money laundering tasks, which are kind of serious things, and a lot of blacklisted companies where I should think about whether is this actually, are we sending money to some terror organization, or can I let this payment go through, or should I not? So it's a big responsibility, and I'm very happy because I've gained a lot of experience through this.
And was it hard for you to dive to all this like finance and accounting atmosphere? Have you done this before, or it was like a completely something new for you?
This is my first office job ever. Until this, I've been working in supermarkets and different stuff, so it was I was nervous at the start, especially with all of this responsibility, and
it's pretty serious responsibilities.
Yes, and I felt like I came into this naked because I mean I have had some lessons in university, but it's not the same thing.
It's not the same.
But they are so nice, and they knew this when I arrived, and people in the office are nice and helpful, and I mean it was a slow start, even though I had a lot of responsibility, and I made mistakes. I made many mistakes throughout my time.
That's obviously.
Yes, and they were fixed, and I mean now I make less mistakes.
Yes. But you done your own mistakes, and right now you know what not to do to do them.
Yes.
My next question to you will be about like your internship and the duration of your internship. So what do you think, was like this 5 months of internship enough to gain all the practical skills, knowledge you wanted?
I would say, as mentioned, I made some mistakes throughout my time, and now I feel like I'm finally at the point where I feel comfortable doing everything, and I can be proud of myself and the work that I'm doing. So yes, it's enough time, but also it's kind of a shame leaving now when I feel really good about what I'm doing.
When you're confident, when you sit here, you know everything.
Yes, I really feel like a true part of the team now, and not worse or better than the rest. So I think it's a shame to leave now. I would like to stay actually. Also because I have so many friends here now, and leaving is sad.
Oh, that's really pity to hear. You know, even like people who have this opportunity to prolong, and you not, and you would like to do that. Yes. Oh, that's really pity. And let's talk about your first months. I know that they are the hardest, I guess, for our interns, for every student. And so could you please share your story, how to overcome this situation? And maybe you do have some pieces of advice for the newcomers who will watch this.
Yes. Well, as mentioned, I have been on previous Erasmuses. I spent a year in Germany first when I was younger, and then I spent half a year in Italy. And probably here I have better experiences because when I sat down in the train towards Germany first time, I was just breaking down, and I was just like, why am I doing this? And
I'm leaving.
Yes, the same. When I landed in Italy, I just landed in Bologna, and that's not where I was going to end up, and I had no idea how to get to the town where I actually was going to live. So I just sat down on a bench, and I was just having mental breakdown. But I mean, honestly, this first period for me, in my experience, it's a week where you feel a little bit. You're not sure if you've made the right choices, but then you start meeting people, and the other people, they are in the same position as you. They are also in a foreign country, so everyone is so open. It's really different making friends when you're abroad and meeting other people who are abroad than when you're in your home country. Because in your home country, everyone has friends. They're already, the groups are made, blah blah blah.
Yeah. And this group of people, they have like the same problems. That's why it's easy to share about them, about all your thoughts.
Yes. So I would say both in Germany and in Italy, I mean, it took less than a week for me, and then I found that this was the best decision of my life. There is no one who I wouldn't recommend it to. Even it's not only for people who are extrovert and are good at meeting people, because it is much easier meeting people in my experience when you are abroad, because everyone needs.
That's a really interesting thought. I've never think about that before. So any advice? Just to be open?
I would say be open-minded, and if you have any doubts, then just do it and then figure it out later. I mean, everything will be okay, even if there are some problems you might think you might encounter. Just do it and you will find a solution, for sure.
Let's talk more about your leisure time, about traveling. So have you been able to travel abroad while you're here in Slovakia?
Mostly I've been traveling inside of the country. I went to Budapest, because here in Bratislava, I mean, we're right on the border of both Austria and actually Hungary. Very close to Vienna and Hungary. So I went to Budapest, saw Budapest a little bit, and actually for next weekend, now that I'm ending, I need to do something. So actually I'm going to Poland next week.
Poland?
Yes, going to Krakow, and then on the way home we will stop by Auschwitz. So it will be interesting experience. Yes.
And how did you spend your leisure time? So for example, like today is Monday, you're going from work, and what are your plans?
The company I work at, they have some badminton courts twice a week. So I have been playing badminton twice a week, and also I found some football group here where each Sunday they play, and I have been taking part almost every Sunday. And last Sunday was also my last match here, and everyone was so nice. And usually we pay €5, but they were, you can play for free today, and nice. Also sad saying goodbye to all of them. But yes, I have been doing plenty of things. I mean, weekends, going out with friends, playing football, taking part in work-related sports activities. I've also been part of a running club with my company.
Wow.
So I mean, there has been plenty to do. So I would say.
You like more active way of spending your leisure time, right?
Yes, I would say so. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I know that right now you're like leaving Slovakia because of your studies, because they're going to start right now. And was it hard for you to combine full-time job and your studies in the university?
Well, in my case, as already mentioned, the internship is part of my studies, means that my bachelor is 3.5 years instead of 3 years. So Actually, I didn't have to combine it because this extra half year was my internship. So there
So
were
it was
there were
counted
no
like studies.
yes. So there were no lessons or anything. I had one report which I had to write, but I had the whole internship to write it. So 6 months to write 10 pages, which is fine, except for the fact that I was writing it in the last 2-3 days, of course.
No,
But
that's
yes.
common thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's great that you can focus on your work. And let's talk more about Slovaks. Did you experience any cultural aspects of the Slovak that's really interesting for you?
Well, one thing, in Denmark we are very close-minded people, and we don't really talk to strangers that much. But when I was taking part in this running club with my company, I was out running. And at first, I was just running, minding my own business. And when someone would run past me, they would wave to me, and it happened 2-3 times. And at first, I was just confused. Like, did I know this person? Or but then I started realizing that that's just how you do here. If you run past someone, you wave. And I found this really good, and it's really helped me because it was just an adrenaline boost. I would say I was so happy whenever it was, and I just started waving to everyone. And
it's like, who's going to wave me next?
Yes, exactly. I was at some point I was just dead and I couldn't run more, and then someone ran past me and waved to me, and then full of energy again. So yes.
That's really fun. And I guess one of my last questions to you: has this internship met your expectations? Or do you think it would be like a little bit another way or something like that?
I would say it has surpassed my expectations in every way.
Wow.
Because I didn't know what to expect, and many times we have in our university they have been talking a lot about this, that we should try not to be the person who just delivers coffee. So they gave me a lot of responsibility. There was a lot of activities throughout my time here. I mean, it's flown by. I feel like I'm still new here, and well, now I'm leaving already. I mean, I feel like I arrived yesterday. Yes.
That's so great to hear, really. And my last serious question to you: so, would you recommend of the whole Placement Slovakia program to your friends or to the people you're studying with?
Yes, for sure. I mean, now the people I'm studying with, they're doing their internship now and already ending. But I think that it's really great to come here, just to apply to one place and then have multiple companies who are actually looking at you. So
that's true, and they're willing to give this knowledge, these practical skills to you.
Yes,
I believe that's great also.
I think it's working really well here.
Okay, Frederik, are you ready?
Yes.
So, the most beautiful place for you in Bratislava?
Most beautiful place in Bratislava? Bratislavský hrad.
What's better, friendly colleagues or a flexible schedule?
Friendly colleagues.
Are you an early bird or a night?
Early bird.
Early bird. Dutch or Slovak cuisine?
Dutch.
Danish?
Yes,
Is it right to say Danish?
Danish, yes.
So, Danish or Slovak cuisine?
Slovak.
Slovak, really?
Yes, for
Is
sure.
it not tasty in your home country?
I've been eating it all of my life. I mean, Slovak cuisine is really good. Let's just say.
Actually, I guess you're the first person who said that.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Slovakia in a couple of words.
Slovakia, beautiful nature, nice people, good weather also. Calm weather.
That's good point. Your feelings when Monday is coming?
Excitement.
Excitement?
Yes.
Great. Bratislava, expensive or cheap?
Cheap.
What is your favorite holiday ever?
Favorite holiday ever? Good question. We have a Danish one. It's called Sankt Hans. It is where we're celebrating the longest day of the year, and then we are making a huge fire with a witch on top, and we're burning the witch.
Really? Which season?
Summer.
Summer. That's great. I've never heard about this before. Okay, my last question to you, so I will not be disturbing you anymore. Are Slovaks hardworking or lazy?
Good question. Probably more lazy than hardworking, but they are not lazy. But,
like some range here. Okay.
They're closer to lazy side.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Frederik, for having you here, for listening to your story, for sharing your thoughts. It was really pleasant and nice to meet you here.
Yes, thank you too.
Bye bye, guys. We'll see you next episode.